Hello everyone, today we're going to do 6 problems. What we're going to do is we're going to determine if these questions are correct or incorrect. They're correct, we're going to write correct. They're incorrect, we're going to write incorrect and why, or just why they're incorrect. That's a 19, looks like a G. Okay, so one of these will be correct, 2 of them will be incorrect. I'm going to do the first 3 with you, second 3 are on your own. So if you want to pause here and write these down, that's a good idea. Okay, now if you're back, number 1, we subtracted 7 from both sides on the red one here. Subtract 7 from both sides, that looks good. So we get negative 2x is greater than 12. Divide by negative 2, and we get x is less than negative 6. And we flipped our inequality here, right? This flipped. And this should have flipped because we divided by a negative. So this one is correct. Correct. Okay, now we got to figure out what's wrong with the blue one and what's wrong with the green one. So for the blue one, we start out by minusing 10. That looks good. We get negative 5x is greater than 30. Divide by negative 5. And we get x is greater than negative 6. Well, that looks right, except we forgot to flip the sign. So we should have flipped the inequality. I'll write that below. Okay, so this should go on from greater than, it should have flipped to less than. So it should have looked like this. X is less than negative 6. Okay, so that should have been our answer. For the green one, we've got 2x plus 3 is greater than 9. We minus 3 from both sides, that looks good. We divide both sides by 2, that looks good. And we get x is less than 3. Now we did not divide by a negative, so we should not have flipped that inequality. This is like the opposite of the blue one. Should not have flipped the, and then set this inequality. Okay, so our answer should have been, here in purple, x is greater than 3. That should have been our answer. Okay, so the next 3 are very similar. Your answers are going to be the same. You got to copy the problem and state your reasoning. Your reasoning is either going to be correct, should have flipped the inequality with the correct answer, and should not have flipped the inequality with the correct answer. So here are your 4. I would pause the video here, write these down, write down your answers, take a pretty picture, and submit. And don't forget to copy the notes.